Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. My name is Nikki McCutchen, and we are so excited that you are here joining us. Tonight, we are going to be just talking about the X39 patch and this amazing peptide that it activates in our body. But before we get started, we want to do our medical disclaimer and also just wanted to just say also that whoever invited you to this call and want you to know about this technology must really care about you. And so we are so excited that they invited you to this call. We always want to tell people to check with their medical provider first when doing anything like this. But ultimately, LifeWave products are not intended to treat, cure, diagnose, or prevent any disease. If you're pregnant or nursing, also please check with your medical provider as well. So we will get started. And so what I want to talk to you about tonight is this little patch. Okay, I'm in I had to do totally different light because my power's out. And so the lighting and everything is completely different. So you probably can't really see, but there's a little white circle on the inside. But anyway, it is this product that is completely non-transdermal. And so it is nothing is transferring from the patch into your body. It's completely sealed on both sides. Many of you probably know what a nicotine patch does, or an estrogen patch, or a vitamin patch. Those all transfer something from the patch that you're using into the body, whereas ours is activated by a amazing thing called photobiomodulation, which is just a big word for light making change in the body. And you all already know exactly what this is, because every time you go out into the sun and the sun hits your skin and your eyes, it activates the vitamin D in your body so that the vitamin D will go and do what God designed it and created it to do. And so this same thing happens in this tiny little patch that is reflective. It is a crystal lattice structure that reflects our own body's infrared light. And you all also know what our body's infrared light is, because if you've ever seen a movie to where they're looking through those night vision goggles and you see that they call it a heat signature, it's actually a low-grade infrared light to where you see all of those different colors. And that infrared light is emitted from our body at all times. And so when you put this little patch onto your body, it reflects that heat signature or light signature back into the body, signaling different peptides. And the peptide that we're talking about tonight is GHKCU. Lauren Picard found GHKCU over 50 years ago. This amazing book of his. He also has a website. It's called reverseagingwithghk.com. And you can go there, and he lists out all kinds of amazing things that the GHK does in our bodies. But basically, what happens is that you can actually place the patch anywhere on your body. We have clinical studies, over 90 clinical studies and 150 patents that have clinically tested specific spots to wear the patch. But because we've been utilizing the technology for so long, we know that it's going to work no matter where you put it on your body, because that infrared light emits throughout our body and will reflect that light frequency. How you want to wear the patch is 12 hours on and 12 hours off. So 12 hours on to activate and repair, and 12 hours off to give your body a break from the light. So anytime you use any type of light therapy product, your body can attenuate, meaning that it gets used to the signaling of the light. And so we need to give our bodies a break in order to have that time off so that it doesn't get used to that signal and then no longer do what we're utilizing the technology for. I put mine by my toothbrush. I put them on when I brush my teeth in the morning, and then I take them off at night when I brush my teeth as well. And then the very next day, you put on a brand new patch. So just to give you a few things that GHKCU does in your body, and like I said, if you go to that website, you're going to see he gives lists of different things that it helps with your brain and nerves and collagen and the immune system, and your heart, and cardiovascular system. So The other thing that it does is that it activates dormant stem cells. And so as we age, our stem cells just go dormant. And how we know this happens is because as we age, we have different things that happen, different illnesses, different aches and pains that we didn't have when we were 15, 20, 25 years old. And so when we're 30, over half of our stem cells go dormant. And that's what kind of starts that aging process to happen in our bodies. By the time we're 60, we only have 10% that are any longer active in our bodies. So if we can utilize a technology that can activate dormant stem cells that God has placed there already and tell them to get up and get going and get moving and doing what he designed to do again, that can help to reset our body to a younger, healthier state, which allows us to then have a stronger immune system so we don't get sick as much or we don't stay sick as long, that we're able to do more things, that the brain fog clears up and we can think more clearly, that those words that we seem to forget, they start coming back to us. We have more energy, we have more vitality, we just feel better. And everybody wants that. I want that. I'm so glad that I have that now. And so what we recommend is that for every decade you are old, you want to wear the patch for 1 month. So if you're 50, you want to wear it for 5 months to really see what it's going to do for your body. This is completely natural. There is nothing going into the body. We are causing the body and helping it do something that it was already designed to do, but it's just gone dormant. And so because it's natural, it's going to take time. It's not going to be immediate. Some people, yes, we are praising the Lord and just like so excited when people are one patch wonders and things happen so quickly. And that is wonderful. But that doesn't always happen because it took us so many years to get in whatever state we're in. It's going to take us time to have our body begin to rejuvenate to where it's getting itself out of things that it was struggling through and that it was trying to balance itself back out. And so that's going to be a process that takes a while. The really cool thing is that when you start wearing this product, it activates 4,000 of your genes and 1/3 of the stem cells that have gone dormant. So just think, if we are wearing it 1 month, if we're 50, for 5 months, and then we decide we want to continue to wear it, it starts to have a compounding effect, which means more and more stem cells will begin to rejuvenate and repair and go to areas that our body needs for help and to become more balanced and bring back that rejuvenation and vitality. And so that is something that just completely excites me. Another thing that happens is that activates your collagen. So most people just think of collagen as hair, skin, and nails, but it's more than that. If we don't have collagen, our body doesn't work right, and ultimately we die. It's in our muscle tissue. It's in our bones. Like every area of our body needs collagen to work properly. And so, yes, some people will see hair growth. And I know like even my eyebrows started growing back to where like when I was, in high school and you're plucking eyebrows, like I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. So hair growth comes back, you have less wrinkles, your skin looks better, it looks more bright and vibrant. So you have all of those things. But even for me, more importantly, is what's going on the inside. So the fact that I am having something completely natural, doing what God designed it to do, that's going to activate and rejuvenate even my collagen from the base, is just super exciting. So it also helps every area of your cardiovascular system. So even the lining of your blood vessels and the lining of your blood vessels. So that's why there will be people that will have just wonderful results in things going on with their heart or their blood pressure, because it is helping to support all of our cardiovascular system. So anyway, I think I went through everything. That is just talking about the X39 and what it can do for you. So does anybody have any questions they would like to ask? Or does anybody have a story they want to tell us or something that's happened with them in utilizing our technology? You can unmute yourself. Oh yeah, Liana, come on. You can raise your hand or unmute yourself, but just come on and we would love to hear it.
Okay, I've been on the X39 along with the YH, but I've been on the X39 for a year and a half, And I just realized the other day that my cesarean scar is almost completely gone. Not only it's flattened out, it used to be like a rope across my lower abdomen, literally like a rope. It's completely flat and almost the whole color is gone. It's almost back to natural skin color. There's very little discoloration. And I just freaked. I haven't even looked at it until the other day. I just happened to look and go, and I'm looking, going, where'd it go? It's almost gone.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Isn't
And
that
that's what I'm
wild?
talking about. Yes, like the fact that when we decide that, like this is something we want to keep utilizing, we don't just, we don't want to just reset for the amount of time that it's recommended to use, but we want it to keep going. And so the fact of, and who knows, maybe it took place at 12 months, Liana. I mean, I don't know, like whenever who knows, but the fact that at 18 months, that we can still notice things that are happening and changing. So just think about like if that's what it's doing, that it remodels scar tissue. That's something that GHKCU is specific to. So for it to smooth that out, flatten that out, and then not only change the discoloration back to that normal skin color. I mean, imagine everything else that it's doing on the inside for you to be able to see that on the outside.
And I have to tell you, that scar is 32 years old.
I mean, that is so amazing.
I didn't ever think that scar would be gone. It's like my
Right.
daughter wasn't even born C-section, but she was. It's
I
amazing.
love that. Yes, that is. That's so amazing. And it's
Yeah.
probably one of those things that was like, just is what it is. You've had it for 32 years, like not a big deal. Wouldn't be a thing that you would say, I wish that, this would be something that, a result that I would have. But just bringing your body back into a younger, healthier state. Our bodies want to heal themselves. They were
Yes,
designed. God designed
designed
us
to.
to
Yep.
heal, and He's given us
Yeah.
everything we need for life and to have healing. And when we have this amazing scientist in David Schmidt who studies the way that God designed things, the way He designed animals and the sun, and then decides to develop a technology around that infinite design. This is what we get. We
Yeah.
get the youth renewal, it's just the coolest thing ever. So that's
I
so
have
awesome.
I have more.
Great.
I
Yes.
have more. My daughter, who was very skeptical, wouldn't listen to me. She's got all sorts of issues here and there, has been going to the doctor. She's got hypothyroid. She's got this, she's got that. And I said, Jenna, please, would you just get on these patches? I'm telling you, they work. So she got on the SP6 along with the X39 and I think Eon she's using. And her thyroid numbers have come down. They're almost in the normal range. And she's like,
Ah,
she's telling me, and she doesn't even believe it as she's telling me. I said, see, I told you, just use them. They work all the time. 100% of the time they work. They just work. They just work.
yes. That is awesome. Okay, so when did she start using them to then
In
notice her
in
blood work?
well, she's 30, almost 32, and she started using them, I think February. So a good
Okay.
3 months, and her
I
numbers
mean,
have come down.
and even that. So like the fact that like it seems like too when I talk to young people, they think they're invincible and everything's good, but they all have stuff. Like we
Yeah.
just live in this toxic world right now to where everyone has
Yes.
stuff. So the fact that she's 32 and still has half of her stem cells working, utilizes a technology that's going to help all of that. The speed, 3 months, like that
Yeah.
blows my mind for
Yeah.
those to completely come down like that. That's just fabulous. So if
Yeah.
young people could get their brains around the fact of that this is worth it to help us detox and have our
Yeah.
bodies just be supported the way that God wants it to work,
Yeah.
to have all of that and for them to get behind that, what it can do for them. Like, think of all the things that you and I have had to go through all these years until we found this technology. Like, if
Yeah.
we would have had it when we were 32, oh my goodness, like that would have been amazing. Like, there's probably so many things that we have on our list that we just never would have even had. Like, it wouldn't even have been a thing in our
Yeah.
lives.
Yeah.
So That's awesome. I'm so excited for your daughter, and
Yeah, me
I
too.
just love it. I love it so
Thank you.
much. So, and just to have your family, your daughter, even if she still doesn't really believe you because she's in such shock, but just to have her being a part of what you're doing, and the fact that you believe in this, and then she's noticing a difference, and that, as mamas, we want to help our kids. We want to do
Yeah.
whatever we can to give our kids a life of health and happiness and beauty and joy, and support them. And the fact that you have something that can so influence their health in this positive way, that is as
Yeah.
simple as a tiny little band-aid, that we can actually support our kids' health in something so simple. I cannot tell you the years of research I have done to help my kids' health and support my kids with the stuff that they have gone through. That if I would have had this patch, I mean, obviously I'm thankful for the knowledge that I have, and
Yeah.
it's done well for me, and I'm very thankful for that. But oh goodness, if I could have just popped a sticker on them and gone, that would have been so much easier and faster than the years, like literally
Yeah.
years of research, to
Yes.
know what I know today. So that's amazing. I love it. Anybody else want to share or have a question for us?
I do.
Okay, great.
Hi. Sorry I can't be on video.
Oh, you're
Y'all hear
okay.
me?
Yes.
Okay. Everybody hears Margie? Okay, good. I had a long day today, so I've been on the phone just sharing this wonderful technology. But for those of you who don't know my testimony, I started on the patch in March the 20th. And 3 days after that, I was pain-free from my lower back, which I had had surgery. And I suffered for many, many years. I even went to a doctor to talk to him about stem cell injections. And because of that, I was able to meet Nikki, and God bless you, Nikki, because this has totally changed my life. I did wanted to say this, for somebody that had suffered, neck pain. I've had two neck surgeries. I had shoulder surgery back in October of last year, and arthritis, you name it. And for me to be pain-free is like I'm jumping up and down every day. And Nikki will tell you that because I talk to her every day. The other thing I wanted to share was my blood pressure has also been normal. And even the doctors were pretty surprised. I had been on the patch maybe for 1 month when I went to see the doctor about my blood work, and my inflammation, everything went down. And she was even surprised that my blood pressure was normal. And I had been suffering from blood pressure problems for years. And so
Oh my
this
goodness.
I call it my miracle patch. And I will never stop sharing and sharing this wonderful technology with people, because people, it does work. If you're skeptical, and I was, and I'm going to be honest, and I said, I'm going to give it 3 months and see what it does, because I've tried everything in the book, but it worked in 3 days. So that for me was remarkable. And it still continues to work because I see changes in myself that I am doing when, like Nikki said, I write everything down when I see changes. So, and that's important to do. So when you share your story and you have testimony, but if you have a story, then that's all you need. All right.
Yes. That's so awesome. I don't remember us talking about your blood pressure.
Oh
So
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
awesome. That
Yeah,
is,
my
I
blood
mean,
pressure is normal. I
and
don't use any meds. I'm 64 years old. And now I don't use anything, nothing except my patches.
yeah, that, praise
So,
the Lord. And even,
amen.
I mean, again, like that's not everyone's experience in 1 month to have their
Right,
blood pressure go back to normal. Like that,
right.
again,
Blood pressure,
like I
yeah.
just say, Lord, you're awesome. Like you made us fearfully and wonderfully made, and we praise you. And so, that's so cool.
Yes.
Yeah. So Teri, you have your hand up. Please come on.
Hello. I have a
Hello.
specific question, but just want to on this call to remind the last week's call that I reported that I had been on thyroid supplementation for 40 plus years. And after 2 months 2.5 months of being on patches, I'm no longer taking thyroid medicine.
Awesome.
Yes, that's
So,
praise the Lord.
yeah,
Yes,
so I
that's
just trust
awesome.
that the stem cells, and I also do the SP6. You know, they did what they said they would do. So, you know,
Yes,
my thyroid is healthy right now.
that's
Uh,
awesome.
but I have a specific question, and I don't know how you pronounce it. I have a potential client who went through major stress, a woman who is 64, 65. And during that period of stress, she developed a lot of black blotches on her face.
Mm.
That's called melasma, MELASMA.
Mm-hmm.
And it says it can occur during stress with an interaction to do with cortisol.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like something that could surely be reversed with
Right.
patches.
Yes,
I'm just
absolutely.
curious if anyone has ever had a client with the dark spots on their face and seeing them lighten.
Yes. Yeah.
She uses heavy cosmetics to try to cover it up, but you can
Mhm.
still see through the heavy makeup.
Right. Yeah. I would definitely recommend too using the GHKCU, our cream, our wrinkle cream on that, just to try to help with that topically. But the X39, because of what it does with the collagen, it actually then like will even age spots on people will go away. Like Vicky, haven't you have age spots and things go away? Okay, yeah, she's saying yes. Yeah. Um, yeah, I don't know if you want to come on and talk
I'm
about
sorry.
that. I know you're good. You're
I was
good.
just talking away. Yes. It has lightened it, and my skin, because I of course was always in the sun when I was younger. So I have little spots in different places, and it has lightened or gone away. So it also, like the C-section, my C-section scar from my twins, that's practically gone. I mean, mine is like a razor line. I could just see the cut and that's it. Everything,
Yeah.
there's no like bubble, there's no like uneven skin. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
And I would also maybe recommend the Alavita patch
Mm,
to try
that's
from the
right. Yeah,
Okay.
because it
Yeah,
helps with the skin.
because I was thinking the X39 and the Alavita.
Mhm.
I didn't think about the cream, even though I use it myself.
Yes.
And I've had a dark age spot here that's probably 60% lighter now.
Yeah, that's
And the
awesome.
ones on my hands are very faint going away.
Yeah.
So seeing age spots go away, I didn't know if this was something different that she
Yes.
had.
Yeah, the melasma, I know I've seen a testimonial on that. I'll look for it and send it to you.
Okay,
Because I know I've seen somebody talk about that for sure. So I'll find it for you and send it.
wonderful.
But yeah, yeah, I just kind of feel like, especially well, and then the Eon. Do you recommend the Eon for her too?
Oh yeah, to me
Okay.
those are two X39 and Eon just to me go together.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I was just thinking because, the stress and stuff, especially being stress induced, she really needs help activating that parasympathetic nervous system to bring down that fight or flight and having that support that's helping that system, try to get out of the sympathetic because so many of us today, even if we don't have any type of, stress induced condition, a lot of people are just operating in that sympathetic side that, go, 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 really hard
And
to,
that
rest.
describes her.
Yeah. Yeah. So to have that extra support for the Eon, I mean, ultimately I would guess that it's going to take some time, especially when it's the stress side of it, along with it coming out in the skin. So even if she's 50 and we're telling her 5 months, I would say probably for that, it's going to take longer, just to kind of prepare her ahead of time to, just know that, I just feel like, I don't know if you guys agree, but like, I just don't know that I've seen very many things that the patches don't get to at some point, like they don't help and work with at some point. So anyway, so I would think that it would get to that, but I'm pretty sure I have a testimony that I can send
That
you.
would be
So
wonderful to send
yeah.
to her.
Mhm.
Thank
And
you.
Yeah,
can
absolutely.
I add something? Can
Please
you,
do.
Terry, make sure she takes pictures
Mm,
so
yes.
Yes.
that way she can see the progress. And
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
going to
And
be an
obviously,
amazing test.
and the water, I always forget to talk about
Oh,
the
yeah.
water,
Oh, yes.
that hydration, just to help with any, time. I was talking to somebody the other day and I felt like it was the first time that they had heard that, we need to drink a lot of water just for any type of health. Like I felt like she was thinking that she had to do this just for the patches, and I was like, oh, no, like this is just normal health, like anything for your health to benefit your health. Your hydration is so key. So having that water that's half your body weight in ounces. And then adding electrolytes, the easiest way being sea salt, just putting, crystal on your tongue before each time you drink a glass of water. But that's the easiest way to do it. But hydration will be key for any of us, especially when we're dealing with something that's such stress induced. We're going to need that extra support so all of our cells can talk to each other. Yeah. And I know, Vicky, you were going to say something before. What did you want to add?
Well, we went to New Jersey this weekend on Saturday. We were with Liana and on the New Jersey team, and we got the pleasure and the privilege to be able to share our testimony, share the business opportunity, the products. But the most rewarding part for me is always patching someone.
Mhm.
And we had a woman there that had sciatica pain for over 10 years. And the past couple of months, she hasn't been sleeping very well at all. So we had taken her up front to patch her, and she was a 12, not even a 10. She went past the 10. She was a 12. And with the patching and everything, water, of course, she came down to a 0. So
Oh my gosh.
yes, yes.
That is amazing.
It is amazing. And we also had a younger lady there that had scoliosis. And she had been seeing her PT since around Christmas time. And she said all of a sudden, just lately, I think she said probably about a couple weeks, her one side of her neck was really, really stiff. And she couldn't turn it all the way. And I put the Eon on, and she started to kind of loosen up a little bit. And then we just did an ice wave, like right on that band on the shoulder part. And she was turning and she was shocked, and we were crying. I mean, it's just a true blessing to be able to witness that in front of your face. So
Yes.
nobody can tell me that this technology doesn't work.
That's exactly right. I totally agree with you. When you are doing something like that for someone, yeah, it's just like, nope, like I've seen it way too many times. And I love that. I love a holiday weekend or when we can go and do something like that. I was with my family, and my brother, thankfully, he does wear the patches, I think reluctantly, to, make my mom happy. He wears the X39 and X49, but he doesn't really notice anything, And so he was working on my nephew's car, and he'd slammed his thumb with a hammer. And so his thumb was just hurting so bad. And so I was like, well, do you want me to patch it? And he's like, okay. I mean, like, whatever, so I put an Eon, I just even not on his thumb, but I just put an Eon right here, and he's moving his thumb, and all of a sudden he just starts laughing. Like he is just like laughing. And I'm like, what? He's like, Nikki, that is the craziest thing. He's like the pain, he's just like over here, like his thumb's just going like this,
Oh, wow.
And he's like, the pain is just going away. And he's just like laughing. And so I looked at him and I said, see, I have told you this whole time that this technology works, and he was like, okay, now I believe you. So yeah, his pain just went completely down to, just basically like achy, like, I mean, and it was really bothering him. My
That's great. I
sister-in-law,
love
she
that.
had a headache that was coming on. And, I mean, she's great about just, trying anything health, but I mean, she has noticed some things working with her, with it's just stomach stuff. She's had a lot of help with the patches with that, but I patched her, head with the Eon and the Ice Wave, and her headache completely went gone. I mean, it was completely gone, like within an hour. I mean, I immediately obviously started bringing it down, but within an hour it was completely gone.
Wow.
And then my nephew, so then they were all like, okay, wait, he has this and he has that, and so I'm like, okay, I've got my patches, let's go. So his arm, she was like, his arm is like, hurting, he's got this arm thing that he always complains about. So I need you to show me how to patch him when he's telling me that his arm hurts. So I was like, okay. So, and of course, here you're dealing with a 15-year-old, so you never know what you're going to get, and it's your nephew. So he's trying to be nice. And so anyway, I put the Eon on the back of his neck, and then I start with the Ice Wave, on the pain, and I'm moving it around. I'm making him, drink some water, and it was so funny because, I did this with all three of them. Okay, put it on a patch and drink some water, put on another patch, drink some more water, so then they start cracking up because they're like, okay, this is what drinking games with Nikki looks like. Put on a patch and drink some water. So I was like dying laughing, a little 15-year-old nephew, and so he's just laughing, but I mean, his pain basically just went down to an ache as well. And he was just like, yeah, that's really weird. Like, that's just really weird. And I said, I know, I'm always shocked when it works too, but it works. It just works.
Right. Right.
So it was so much fun. I love that. I love, just being able to have our families be a part of what we're doing and helping them. We know we have something that helps them. And so we so desire to want to help them. And so when they get on board, and they see it actually work, it's such a blessing. And I'm so thankful to have something like this that can do that, with our families for us. So yeah. Well, we are over time, but does anybody else have anything else they want to add real quick? Okay, nobody else. Thank y'all so much for taking 30 minutes out of your Monday night. We know there's a lot of other things that you could be doing. Whoever invited you to this call tonight, please make sure you get back with them, so that they can answer your questions. If they don't know the answer, they can get in touch with any of us, me, with Vicky, with Liana, with Teri, with David, any of us. They can contact us so we can get those answers for you. But thanks to you again so much. We are just blessed that you've chosen to be a part of our lives tonight. We pray blessing over each and every one of you. Good night, everyone.
Good night. God bless.
God bless.
Good night.
Good night.